How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Study Buddy. Today we'll be beginning our Python programming course where we will be teaching you the basics of computer programming through Python with the assumption that you have no experience with computer science at all. In today's lesson, we're just getting things set up. So basically we'll install Python and run Hello World. So make sure to check the description for some helpful timestamps that'll help guide you throughout this video. And let's get started with installing Python. So you're just going to want to open up your browser of choice and your search engine of choice and go to python.org/downloads or search up Python download and click on the python.org link. And you should get a web page that looks something like this. And there should be a big yellow button that says download Python. So you're just going to want to click that download button. And that'll download the latest version of Python for your operating system. Make sure that the version of Python that you're downloading is a version that is bigger than 2.7, because if you use version 2.7 or below, some things may not work. Anyway, let's go to our downloads folder. And as you can see, we have installed the installer for Python. So let's open that up. And basically, you're just going to want to follow the instructions, sell your soul to Python, and then it'll ask you if you're fine with where Python will be downloaded. Just click on continue and install, and it'll install Python for you. Alright, so you've downloaded Python. What on earth did we just download? Basically, you downloaded three things. The first one is the Python coding language itself. The second item is an application called the idle, which is where you will code your programs and where you will also run your programs. And the third application, you don't need to worry too much about it, is the Python launcher. And the Python launcher basically launches Python programs in different versions of Python if you have multiple versions. If you're having trouble finding these applications, on Windows I would recommend using the Windows search bar. And in Mac OS, it'll be in your applications folder in a folder called Python. So now let's go on to booting up the idle. And as you can see here, it's microscopic. Nobody likes that. So we're going to make the text bigger. On Windows, you're going to want to go into Options, and there should be an option called Configure Idle. On Mac OS, you're going to want to go to the idle on top and click on Preferences. And regardless of your operating system, you should get a window like this. Basically, in the Fonts/Tabs tab, you're just going on to Size, click that, and go to roughly 18 or 20 is generally what I like, but I will be doing 22. So then you're just going to want to click on Apply and click on OK. And now, as you can see, it's a lot easier to read. So now that we can read what is going on in the idle, what the heck are we looking at here? Currently, we are looking at the interactive shell. And this is not where we code, but this is where we run programs, and where you can also run single lines of code. So whenever you open up a program in Python, the interactive shell will open up and run. And you know this is the interactive shell because normally there are these three arrow things which are called a prompt. But if the interactive shell is where you run programs, where do you write programs? That is where the file editor comes in. And to get to the file editor, you want to click on File, and then New File. Or you can just hit Command N or Control N, and it'll do the same thing. And now we're in the file editor here. This is where we are going to be coding our code and saving our programs and such. And you know this is the file editor because it's completely blank. So now we are just going to run a simple Hello World program. And the way you do this, which I will explain in the next episode, is you write print, give a pair of parentheses, and in those parentheses, you type a quotation mark. It doesn't matter if it's single or double, but you should start off with single quotation marks. And then you type in Hello World, and then you close your quotation mark, and that's Hello World. So now we need to run this program. So the way you do that is you go up to File and click on Save, or you can just do Control S or Command S if you don't have enough time for that. Let's save this program as hello world, and I will save this in my home folder. So now we have saved our program, and now to run it, you click on Run and click on Run Module, or you can also hit F5 on your keyboard. But basically, when you hit F5 or hit Run Module, as you can see, it prints hello world in the interactive shell. And that is where we're going to stop today. Thank you for watching. In the next lesson, we'll begin covering the core fundamentals of computer programming, such as data types and arithmetic. So make sure to hit that subscribe button or share this video to help us out in creating more lessons. And I will see you in the next episode.